Welcome to another edition of the Capitol Report. I'm Senator Roger Kahn, and we're looking at some of the issues that our people in mid-Michigan and in the Great Lakes Bay region are involved in. Today, I have the great honor of having with me Eric Rutherford, Parks and Rec Director in Bridgeport. He's got an exciting new project that we're going to talk about today. Welcome, Eric.
Thank you.
Well, tell me, what is a Parks and Rec Director? Let's get some of the basics for people out there.
Well, I work for Bridgeport Township, and I run the Parks and Recreation Department. We have 4 different parks in our community, and we organize all the youth activities, whether it be the Easter egg hunt, baseball, softball, tackle football, flag football, just a variety of different opportunities for kids to get outside and recreate.
Well, how did you get involved in that?
I actually started my career working for the YMCA.
In Saginaw?
Actually, I spent 3 years in Saginaw. I actually started in Owasso and spent a little time in Bay City also. I had about a total of 7 years working with the YMCA, and it was just being a mission-driven person where I really strongly believe that recreation and athletics is a great tool for kids.
Yeah, it is.
It teaches them discipline, leadership skills, how to socialize. There's just so many great benefits of being active. And from there, I was able to come into the Director of Parks and Recreation at Bridgeport Township, and I've been there just under 5 years.
5 years. Well, I guess you haven't let a lot of grass grow because you guys have been involved in some interesting projects that we've been looking at. To tell the people a bit about this new project that brought us together today.
Well, we're really excited about the project we're on, and we're calling it the Frank N. Anderson Recreational Complex. And it is actually adjacent to one of our parks already, which is Liberty Park. We have 6 baseball and softball diamonds located in that park. We're able to acquire 12 additional acres from Bridgeport Spalding School District. So it's all nice and self-contained. In the Anderson Complex, we're building a synthetic rubberized athletic surface for kids with disabilities.
Now that's a particular part of that's really interesting to me. Now, what does this mean by kids with disabilities in this park?
It's anybody that disabilities are wide range, and it could be somebody that has autism, it could be somebody that has Down syndrome. Any type of disability that a child has, typically when they go, they have a hard time actively participating in regular sports programs, whether it's because of their disability or because of the surface and the problems that causes. With the synthetic rubberized surface, this makes it a safe playground for them. They're able to get their walkers, wheelchairs around. It takes a lot of the natural elements out of it and gives them a safe place to participate.
They have a little bit of a similar idea in Kochville. But this sounds like it's just a whole nother step above that. How did the idea to put this together come up, and well, how did you look at funding for this thing, and when you're going to put it together, the timeline? You got a lot of things you could talk about here.
The idea, that's one of the first questions that everybody asks me is, where did this idea come from? And I look back and I honestly can't exactly say, but I'm pretty sure that we get a lot of trade journals through Parks Recreation, and it was Park and Recreational Professional magazine, and they highlighted a similar complex in Arizona.
And you saw that and kind of ran with the idea a bit?
I saw that, I looked at it, and I looked at what we had to offer, and there's nothing else like this around in the Great Lakes Bay region. There is one other surface that's similar to this, and that's in Southfield, Michigan. Okay. There's an organization called the Miracle League, and it's a national organization that is specifically was created. They created the first synthetic rubberized surface for baseball and softball for kids with disabilities. I got into contact with them, and we've just started working on it from there. And the unique thing about where our complex is going is not only is it where there are 6 other baseball and softball fields, so other kids without disabilities are there, but it's also located right next to several of our schools. We have Thomas White, which is our pre-K building, Atkins Elementary, which is our elementary school and middle school building, but also it's literally out the back door of the Millette Learning Center through the Saginaw ISD, and that's where over 285 kids with disabilities go to school. So it's literally in their backyard. So if we're going to build a complex like this, it couldn't work out any better because they'll be able to utilize it as often as they want.
Have you talked to those folks at all?
the Millette Learning staff and Dr. Syrick for the Sagan ISD and Bill Hartle, they've been fantastic. Their board, they got on board early on. They made sure that we had access to their staff, because as we're going through the design phase and putting this together, personally, I don't have a lot of experience with kids with disabilities. There's a lot of things that you have to consider when you're designing it to make sure that it meets their needs. And their staff has been completely supportive, have met with me, met with our engineers. We've sat down and discussed what some of the issues that kids have with disabilities and how we can design the facility to make sure we meet their needs. So it's been a great partnership.
The special needs vision clinic over at the Learning Center has been a favorite of mine for years. I hope those kids come over there. Okay, so this idea comes out of one of your trade journals. How long ago did you see this, and how long has this been in the planning stage?
We have been working on this for 3.5 years.
3.5.
From the initial starting to go, the first step was, once I got some more information on it, we went to our township board, and I pitched the idea to our township board, and we've been very fortunate that our board has been fantastic. They completely supported it, and they actually set aside the first $100,000 towards the construction of the complex.
Well, that's I became aware of this, I don't know, about 2 years ago or so, and that's particularly nice that the Bridgeport Township Board is supportive, because you're not restricting this to just Bridgeport kids, are you?
No, we've gone in with, from the very get-go, that this is a regional product. Although we have the Millette Learning Center and there's a lot of kids with disabilities that go to school there, this is something that's going to be open for Bay County, Saginaw County, out into the Thumb area, out towards the west side of the state, down into Flint. We know that our job is to draw in as many kids and provide recreation opportunities for them that we possibly can. So this is Great Lakes Bay region and even beyond. The Miracle League, they have over 200 leagues throughout the United States. And in many cases, because of the distance, people drive an hour and a half just to have the opportunity to recreate. And we feel the same thing is going to happen here in the Great Lakes Bay region.
You got some support, if I remember correctly, from some big shots in athletics too, didn't you?
Yes. We were very fortunate to have a partnership with the Detroit Tigers. And the Tigers Foundation themselves gave us $25,000, but Zach Miner, a pitcher for the Detroit Tigers, has taken a personal interest in it, and he donated $100 for every strikeout he had for the past 2 years. So it's a total a little over $10,000. And Zach was nice enough to come out and do a site visit and meet all the kids, and we're very fortunate there.
No, I was up there when he was there, and on TV these guys look big, but when you see this guy, he's a big man. He could play tackle, I guess, for a pro football team. He's big.
He is. He's the most down-to-earth guy. He is a big guy, and I have to share something with you. A lot of times when we go, we get a chance to meet professional athletes. We're like, wow, it's a professional athlete. I have to tell you that after you and Zach met, we walked down he had to sign a few things, and he's like, wow, a senator? So he was as awestruck meeting you as we probably were meeting him. So it's funny that they're just normal guys, and he's
a regular guy.
He's excited about this project.
And he was so caring about the kids. He took picture after picture after picture. He didn't hurry anybody. I was really impressed with him.
Yeah, he's a great individual.
Well, okay, so that was about a year ago, and then there was the issue of how much this is going to cost. And what is your budget? I guess it's probably not completely finalized, but what do you think?
We have estimated between $1.2 million and $1.3 million, and it's important when we look at that people understand that there's multiple elements that we're putting into the complex because of the scope of it. Not only are we building the synthetic rubberized surface, we're putting in approximately a mile worth of paved trails. The trails will be 8 foot wide asphalt trails that will connect the entire park. So it'll connect all our baseball and softball fields with the complex. We put in a new 75 spot car parking lot. We've put in new restroom facilities. There's 6 individual family style restrooms that are absolutely fantastic, and that portion has already started. So it'll be lit. So it's really a comprehensive project, and the initial phase cost $225,000, and so we anticipate about another $1.3 million.